Okay, so with this video, I am drawing a self-portrait of myself, and I'm going to get started here soon. As soon as I see if my live stream is going. Yes, here it is. I'm going to be drawing a self-portrait of myself. Okay, so let's get started here. Why, hello! We've got someone else joining us. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm drawing a self-portrait of myself. Let me see who's commenting here before I'm... Hello. You came! Nightshade, you came back. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for being my moderator. You do such a great job. I have hardly anybody... You like good, big homie. Thank you. I like the drawings too because they're different. I think guys like drawing more than they like crocheting sometimes, and so that's why. I have two of them here that I want to do, but this guy is the one I really want to work on. The one that I have in my image, and that's the one we're going to do on this self-portrait of myself. And this is what I look like right here. I'm drawing a self-portrait of myself. And I hope you guys like it. Okay, because this is what I look like in the picture. And so, okay, so I'm going to start off kind of in the bridge of the nose area, and we're going to go down in kind of in this direction like this. And there's like a weird kind of heart-shaped nose thing there, like that. That's kind of what's right there. And then we're going to go up like this. That goes up here like that, and then we're going to take it out and around, and then the nostrils up like that. And okay, so I've got these two weird looking eyes right here. This is really what I look like this. Okay, and so I've got a little center thingy dilly bopper in there, and then another one right here. And so then I got to put my other part of my eyeball in, which is right about here like this. And so I've got my eye right there, and then it goes around like that. And so, okay, we're going to take this around and up and over and down like that. Okay, so we've got that part going. Now we're going to draw my eyebrows. This is what they look like. My eyebrows, this is what they look like this. This is my eyebrows. And I smell as bad as I look too. I'm pretty positive that I do. And we're going to take this down like this. Like there, like that. Okay, so now I need to work on my hair. Like that. Okay, I look like a crazy person. I really do. And here's my heart, the end of my nose. Let's draw some nostrils in here. Like that. Okay, let me look at a comment. I think I got a comment from somebody. I'm so happy when I get comments. I just hate those other brain rot live streams. I feel like other brain rot live streams are made by 5-year-olds. I've seen some weird people doing live streams on here before. Thank you. Yeah, the other live streams, my goodness, I don't know how they do them because they just have them running and running and running all the time. And I can't do that. There's a lot of things that I can't do. I have limited AI features, but nothing like the other ones have. My stuff is very, very limited. I can't just make my channel run all the time like the other people do. So, okay, so we've got a big mouth here. Okay, so we've got, okay, this nostril hole is right here. Okay, so I've got a mustache right here. This is my mustache. Okay, do you like my mustache? It's all big and hairy. And so we're going to take this out here like this. I've got kind of a twig looking mouth. Now my chin is really weird looking too. It goes out like this, and it goes out. It's one of those weird looking beards. I don't like this kind of beard on myself, but this is the kind of beard that I have today on my face. Yeah, it's just the kind of beard I have today. So we're going up here like this, and then down, and then up, and then over and down, and then up, and then over and down for our teeth. And then there's a little bit of gunk I got stuck in my teeth right there. It smells really bad too. I've got tooth decay and brain rot tooth decay. And see, my gums are back here. I don't have any teeth back here. There's just no teeth back there. They've all fallen out. And so I've got this right here is a tooth, and then a tooth down here like that, and then a tooth up and over like that, and then a tooth down and around like that. And so we got our gums back in here. There's no teeth back here either, just like that. So we're going to take this little part around and go up here towards my heart-shaped nose. I just got a weird, really weird looking face here. I'll take this out like that. And okay, so now my ear, okay, let's take this one like this around like that. And we've got this little part sticking out here like that. We're going to wrap this on around like this. It looks like a horn. My ear looks like a horn today. I'm not sure why, but it just does. And so we're, okay, there. Now that looks pretty accurate, except for, I think these parts here need to bug out a little bit more. We're bugging out a little bit more. I've got a little bug out part right here that I didn't do as well as I could have. Okay, that's good right there like that. And so now I need to work on my hair and do my hair like this. And, you know, that's kind of just how my hair is, like that. It's all scraggly and I can just keep adding hair, as much hair as I want to. I want to make sure it's attached. There's hair all over the place like this. Just, let's see. Let me see if I'm going to just kind of add this in here to make it look a little bit darker like this, because that's kind of how the hair is. It almost looks like a great big eyebrow on top of my forehead. So I've got these two eyebrows right here like this. And we're going to take this little part down like that. And so I'm going to darken these teeth up a little bit like that. I want them to stand out so when we take a picture of ourselves later. Now this is my self-portrait picture. You guys can do the same thing. Draw a self-portrait of yourself. Make it look however you want it to look. I think that's fun. So we'll just draw a self-portrait of what we look like today. It can be anything you want it to be. And so I'm going to draw this and make some hairs coming out. Some just hairs coming out like this. And I'm going to keep doing my hair like this, because this is what I look like today. Actually, this is very appropriate for me. Especially being on the TikTok live streams. This is very, you know what? I think I'm going to go to TikTok and I'm going to change my picture. And this is what I'm going to look like on TikTok now. I think this is very, very appropriate. And so what I'm going to do is take this little part right here like this and this and this. And then they're not going to believe me that I'm a woman again. Oh, you're a man. I knew you were a man all along. We thought you were a woman. And so, yes, this is very, it's perfect. Okay, so there's more parts to me that, there is more parts, but I don't have enough room now because I made myself too big in this image, but that's going to be okay, I guess. We're going to draw it down like this, some little lines right there. and then add this little part around to make it kind of look like a lip there, like this. We're going to put these down, even though we really don't have to, but I think this is great. This is me on TikTok. This is what I look like on TikTok. And so, okay, let's keep working on this. Um, okay, well, where's my big picture? I've seen some weird people liked the live stream. Thank you for liking. 10 people watching, a good crowd. Yes, that is good for me. I should have included brain rot. Yes, this is brain rot, absolutely. And that's probably what I will be calling it here a little bit later when I take a picture of it and I put it in the AI photo to AI. Yeah. This guy is going to be perfect for yeah, I like drawing the full body images too, but I just felt like her face really deserved a great big, his face, her face, pronoun face, whatever people are calling it. They get angry about it and they, what is your pronouns? What is your pronouns today? It's like, I don't want to tell you what my pronouns are because as my pronoun is they, them, her, he, shoo, pee, doo. Okay, well, yes, this is I should have included brain rot. No, I'll have to remember that. One day, maybe I'll be able to have an adult conversation again, I hope. But right now, it's not working out so well. And so I have to work with what I have. And thankfully, I found a younger crowd. The younger crowd I can deal with. I can deal with the younger crowd. And they're nicer to me. That's the sad part. It's like, okay, these other ones are older and they should be nicer to me, but they're not. And it's like it takes the younger crowd and they're nicer to me, and I love them for that. They love the internet. We love the internet together, and they're wanting to do some fun, more fun, lighthearted things. And it's like, I get it, but we're always driven down. And it's like, I'm trying so hard. Please, I'm trying so hard. And it's like, I'd like to maybe one day talk to a real person in real life again, maybe, I hope, and maybe have a real relationship again in real life someday, but it's not working out right now so well. And maybe make some money or something like that. Have a real job. I feel like I'm not too old to have a real job. Oh, we have something fun right here. Let's do this. We're gonna make, this is actually a long tooth. Have you ever heard that someone is long in the tooth with something? We're putting a long tooth in here. It looks sort of like a bone, kind of like the gums here look sort of like a bone. I don't know what the meaning long in the tooth means though. I wish I could depict the eyes being bugged out better than what I have right here. Let's see if I can get at least one of them. Oh, do I have them depicted? They're not depicted as well as what they could be. I like the bugged out look, and his eye. Wait, let's see here. Maybe I can do it a little bit this way. I can take up some of this space right here and see if I can bug it out a little bit. And then they'll look a little bit like slinkies, but we're gonna leave the heart-shaped nose on here like this. And I don't know if we can yeah, we can bug it out a little bit. Get that bugged out eye look. Yeah, that works. That works a little bit good. And we'll get that in here, and we will, okay, let's darken this up just a little bit like this. Not too much. That is pretty darn good. That one is pretty darn good. You see that? How quickly we made this? How long have we been on here? 14 minutes, just like the other one. So look what we did. We did this one in the last live stream, and we did this one in this live stream. Now, I want to add a little bit more in here because we can do Skibbity with this one. Skibbity toilet. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to add this little part in here, and then we're going to do kind of a twist thing here for the neck like that. you know, just, it doesn't have to be anything perfect. And so we've got a little element here added right here. If we want to pop this head out and add a little toilet on here, we always can. Actually, there was another one I had. I added a tiny toilet onto it with a neck like this, and I turned Brain Rot into Skibidi Toilet with, it was kind of fun. It was actually a lot of fun because maybe I should try to do it. How did I do it? And so I had, let me see how I can do it. Skibidi Toilet. We did it with the other one. Skibidi Toilet is always so much fun. Skibidi Toilet. I love Skibidi Toilet as much as I love just regular old Brain Rot and drawing. And let's add a little bit more hair in and junk it up. There. We've got hairs falling down here all over the place. And he just looks like he's losing his mind. I'm feeling like, I don't know if I should or not. I'm feeling like I maybe should color in the mouth part and make it darker, possibly. I'm not completely positive if I should or not. But I'm thinking maybe I should a little bit. Let's darken this up like this. Yeah, I think this will work. We will add this in here like this. And that does work. Yes, that works just like that. And so we added in here into his mouth. So let's make these parts a little bit darker though, so to define and add more lip in here like this. I like this one. I feel like we should add Skibidi Toilet in here somehow. I'm feeling Skibidi on this one. So Skibidi Toilet. Okay, we're going to cross hatch to make the end of the beard a little bit darker. This, you know, this beard that I don't want to call it a goatee, but it's like, it is sort of like that goat beard that some guys tend to have that sticks out from the end of their chin. This is how I feel when I'm on a TikTok panel. This is exactly how I feel when I'm on a TikTok panel. And that's how I feel. It's like, you know, you start off thinking, okay, everything is going to be good. And then you get on there and it's like, you just feel like I heard screaming, I don't know how many times this morning on TikTok panel because it's like the people who were against us 4 years ago, over the past 4 years, they believe us now. That's the funny thing. It's like, okay, well, people are believing us and watching us related to what's going on with the internet and the direction and the decline, the brain rot. TikTok is brain rot, actually. I think that's probably really appropriate for TikTok. And so, yeah, this guy is, I mean, I should name it how I feel when I'm on a TikTok panel. Thankfully, not everyone is like that. I have to say, thankfully, not everyone is like that, and there are a lot of sensible places. I have some family members that really keep me grounded, you know, with sharing their things on TikTok, and it's like I'm so thankful there for that. And but me, I try to venture in other places, and you know, do what everybody says, engage with the community, and it's like then I try that, and I end up in, oh my gosh. But we're going to have fun with this little guy a little bit later. And oh, and these are probably his sons right here. They're all family members in some little box somewhere. And yeah, they're little trolls, aren't they? Yeah, that's exactly what they are, little trolls, and they're in some box somewhere, and they're just going on the internet just to cause problems for everybody, right? Isn't that what we hear all the time? Oh, they're just a troll. Now, this is Dad screaming because these ones are trying to tell the old people who are this age that they need to get a job and they need to think positive, because these little guys have been hearing this for decades, over 20 years on the internet, because this guy has been telling everyone on the internet they need to go get a real job and they need to work 2 or 3 jobs. And these are the little guys, they're what, maybe 16, 17 years old, telling this guy he needs to go get a job. Now, he just lost his job. He might get a little bit of unemployment. He's gone into retirement. He can't pay his bills. And this is why this guy is learning that it's these guys who are telling him to go get a job. And these guys might not even be in the United States. They might be in the United Kingdom. They might be in who knows what country they're from. That's why he's screaming and having meltdowns now. And it's like we've been trying to explain this, okay? And nobody's listening. It's like, you know what? This might eventually be one of those congressmen too. I think we're on the cusp of this being one of our congressmen, possibly. I'm not sure which one, but this is going to be suitable to one of our politicians here, eventually. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, did we leave enough room in here? I don't know. Okay. And so, yeah, we got more of this. Okay, so I've been on here 22 minutes. That's good enough. And I'm going to take some pictures and post. This is my self-portrait, though, for the day. This is my self-portrait. And I'm sure we can come up with more self-portraits. Because we're dealing with this on a daily basis. Right now, I'm going to share this with you because it's hilarious. I think me and another American guy who actually speaks with a British accent, he's trying to rationalize with people from the United Kingdom why Jeffrey Epstein is important to the United Kingdom when the United Kingdom won't even do their own investigations. They are just relying on media in the United States. And so I asked the guy who was on the panel, I said, how come the United Kingdom won't do their own investigations? What they said is, well, it didn't happen in the United Kingdom. So even though the crime took place in another country, so the United Kingdom can't do an investigation. So they have their own people who have been harmed, but apparently under United Kingdom policy, people who have been SA'd and assaulted by adults through these traveling human trafficking rings, the United Kingdom will not investigate. That is what I learned. And it's like, really? The United Kingdom won't investigate, but yet the United States is supposed to investigate. We're supposed to be the FBI of the world now. And that's what the United Kingdom is relying on. And I asked the guy, I said, now, Prince Andrew abdicated his throne and so did his wife. So they're no longer affiliated. And I said, now, will that happen if you find that Prince Charles has been involved with anything that's illicit? Will the United Kingdom force him to step down? They said yes. But at the same time, they won't abdicate. Nothing will happen. They're not going to investigate. So it has me believing, it's like, well, I mean, that's just goes without saying here. Eventually it's going to come out that Prince Charles did something because he's on this list. Donald Trump is on the list too. They're all on the Epstein list. And so people were telling me it was important. So I just wanted to wait until the investigation came out, until there was more. So it took them a long time to put the information out. Now we had legacy media telling us to look through the files, look through the Department of Justice. I've consistently looked through it for what, 4 years? 3 or 4 years. And, there was no information there. But now they've released, I think they said 300,000 pages of information. And it's literally is coming out. And I think what it's going to end up, and people are still saying that Donald Trump is not on there. Donald Trump is on that list. He's on the Epstein list. I saw it yesterday. I recorded it. He's on there, but he's redacted. Everything's redacted. Everything with Jeffrey Epstein. There's a lot with Jeffrey Epstein on there that's redacted. A lot of numbers. It's like, well, oh, I have a little bit more. Now there was a young gal on that same panel, and she said that they had children whose names were on the Epstein Island. She said that the Department of Justice released the names this morning and they weren't redacted. So I don't know if that's true or not. Because, okay, so the information I saw related to, there was a name specifically. The name was DeVito. Dawn DeVito was her name. She was on the list. Her information was redacted. But yet on the internet, there was unredacted information. So there's two sets of different information. One of them that was on the Department of Justice, which was redacted. Everything was redacted except for her name. But on the internet, Dawn DeVito released the contacts. She released it herself, and it was unredacted. So there is a list. If you type in Dawn DeVito and Palm Beach County and the Jeffrey Epstein Black Book, this stuff with Dawn DeVito is going to come up, and it has information related to Jeffrey Epstein. There's phone numbers there. I don't advise that you call it, but if you do, like the guy from the UK said, he says you're putting yourself at risk for some harassment and things taking place. There's an email listed there for Jeffrey Epstein. There's a multitude of phone numbers. So the man was very, very wealthy. He had a phone to the kitchen, a phone to the bathroom, a phone to the living room, a phone to the den, a phone to his office, a phone to his foyer, a phone to his personal kitchen, a phone to his second kitchen, a phone to his other bathroom, a phone to his upstairs boudoir, and a phone to his master bathroom. He had all different phone numbers. None of them were the same. So he didn't have a typical house that had just one phone come in and then there was extensions to the different bedrooms. He just had different phone numbers to everything. So I wouldn't advise anybody calling, because I know myself, I don't want to be subject to... I've said the man has passed away. If somebody answers his phone numbers or they're not disconnected, there is a problem there with that. So anyway, that's all I have to say right now. Let me take a look and see if we have any more questions or comments. 10 people watching, good crowd. Yes, that's a good crowd. Thank you so much, and we'll do something here a little bit later. I love this picture. It's so fun. If Jeffrey Epstein were alive, this would be Jeffrey Epstein right now. This would be what he looks like. If he were alive, this is Jeffrey Epstein, and this is his security guards. Oh goodness. Anyway, so we'll see you guys the next time. Thanks for watching.